Hey, how's it going? It's Jonathan Miller. Let's go for a drive. Welcome back to episode 2 of Let's Go for a Drive video podcast. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button down below. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up and hit that little bell to be notified when new videos are uploaded. I have submitted the podcast the audio only to Apple, so hopefully soon you'll be able to download these podcasts on iTunes. I also included a link which I'll show you on the top right hand corner of my website. It's jonathanmiller.com, where you can listen to the audio only podcasts and download them as well. Also, obviously, you can watch the video podcasts on my YouTube channel. So it looks like it's probably the last wintry day of the year, hopefully. It's about 40 degrees here in Philly. It's been pouring with rain the whole day. It's chilly, it's dark. We're all stuck inside, so we're trying to do our best. So hopefully I can help you guys and entertain you a little bit and start a discussion. I know this is a hard time for a lot of you out there, and hopefully that I'm giving you some entertainment, taking your mind off things for a while. I really want to open this discussion, so please comment below, send me messages, emails, what have you. What do you want to hear on these podcasts? Tell me what your thoughts are on Audi products if you have one. Let me know what kind, let me know your experience, let me know the specs. If you're gracious enough, I'll put a link again to my Patreon page. This is a place where creators can have people basically give them a monthly fee to help them out on their creative journey, so that would be much appreciated. And then also I'll put a link to my Teespring store. I've got t-shirts in different colors and stickers and hoodies. If you want to rock those, it would be really awesome. Spread the word. It's Jonathan Miller. Let's go for a drive. A lot of things coming. Today, this episode 2 is going to focus on the new offerings from Audi S and RS. So there are 4 cars that I'm going to talk about today, and please discuss below and tell me what you think about them. So we've got the 2020 SQ8, new RS6 Avant, which is actually coming to the States, the RSQ8, and the RS7. And I'll be talking about the 4 of them. I'm going to go from the cheapest base price to the most expensive base price. So let's start. Coming in at $94,500 base price for the Prestige, or $89,000 for the Premium Plus, is the 2020 SQ8. I really like the look of the Q8s. I think it's one of the sportier looking SUVs out there. It does have that coupe design style on an SUV or on a 4-door, which I really don't enjoy. I don't really like those coupe 4-doors out there. I'm not a fan, but I think the Q8 pulls it off the best in my opinion. It's basically the little sibling of the Lamborghini Urus. So the SQ8 is going to be coming to the United States with a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, making 500 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 4.3. So horsepower-wise, that's going to put you in the X3M realm. X5 is another 100 horsepower, which we'll be talking about, which is going to compete with the RSQ8. As with all Audi SRS cars, the car will be powered by Quattro 4-wheel drive. They've gone with an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission. Audi has gotten rid of their S-Tronic dual clutches. I believe the only Audi that comes in right now is the RS3 and the R8, and those will be dying out as well. They'll probably also be going to the 8-speed automatic. Next up, starting at $109,000 in the United States, is finally the RS6 Avant. I think all of us car files out there, Audi fans, have been waiting for this car for a long time. The new RS6 Avant, 591 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque, 4-liter twin-turbo V8, 0 to 60 3.5. Is this going to be the best all-around car you can buy for the money. It's super cool looking. It's super aggressive. It's got quattro all-wheel drive, a ton of power, super fast, and it's a wagon. So you've got like the practicality of a wagon. This would probably be up there on my list for a car for if I could only have one car. It would be the RS6. My 911 Turbo is up there, although a little less practical. Still all-wheel drive and insane fast. Coming in at $113,000 base price for the United States is the new RSQ8. If you go over to my blog, I posted an article and I said, is the baby Urus worthy? The Audi RSQ8, $113,000 versus $225,000 for the Urus base price. RSQ8, same motor as the RS6, 4-liter V8 twin turbo, 591 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60, 3.7. You can also get ceramic brakes on this car. It's super cool looking. This car is going to compete with X5M, the Urus at a much cheaper price, a lot of super exotic SUVs. This car will be in that realm as a competitor at a much lower price point. Obviously, for the everyday person, $113,000 is not cheap. I can't afford one. So it's just a really cool car. And then the most expensive base price for the new Audis is starting at $114,000. We have the 2021 RS7. Once again, 4-liter, twin turbo, V8, 591 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque, 3.5 to 60. This is also RS7, S7, A7. Has that coupe, 4-door hatchback kind of look. Not the biggest fan of it. If I had to choose between RS7, RS6 wagon, going RS6 wagon every time. I know a lot of people like the look of the A7. You can't deny the performance. Obviously, they all have got the same motor. The last generation RS7, which was in the United States, twin turbo V8, and I saw guys tuning those cars 7, 8, 900 horsepower, stupid fast. So it's a lot of tuners like that car. It's a sleeper. It's pretty neat. So let me know what you think about that car. If you've ever driven a modern day Audi, you know that they are top of their game with their interior, with their tech. So obviously the new SQ8, RSQ8, RS6, RS7 are going to come with the top of the line tech available. You'll be getting the Audi Virtual Dash, which is the digital dashboard. You'll be getting all the updated digital screens, adaptive this, adaptive that. I mean, everything. They come with everything. If you upgrade to the prestige packages, that stuff will come with it. You can even get full color heads-up display now on the Audi. So there are a ton of features. These cars are not missing anything, which makes them the perfect. If you could only have one car, what would it be? So I'll have links in the description below. You'll be able to see my blog posts of the SQ8, RSQ8, RS6 wagon, RS7. You'll have the full press release, the official pictures, everything you want to know is there. Once again, I like talking about my experience with these cars. Obviously, these cars haven't quite come out yet. I think the RS6 Avant might be landing on US shores very shortly. I haven't seen any yet, but I've heard that they're coming shortly. But I like to talk about my experience with the Audi brand, the RS brand. So it started out in my family. My first car was a B5 96, the first A4 2.8 Quattro manual. It's a car I learned how to drive stick shift on. Had 172 horsepower. The car was amazing for a young kid to have. My parents believed in safety above everything else, and they believed that that car was the safest they could buy me. I had a lot of fun in that car. I still remember the colors, Europa blue, mica clear coat with the E-Crew leather. It was a beautiful car. It was quick, especially for a new driver, but once I got the hang of it, it was fun. I could tear around Never really going too fast because it was not very fast. 0 to 60 was like 7-8 seconds, probably closer to 8 seconds, I think. So modern day cars, it was super slow, but it was a ton of fun. The next Audi that we had in the family, my brother got a 98 A4 B5 body 2.8 that had the upgraded motor, so it had 190 horsepower, and they also had a sport package which gave different wheels and a lower suspension. Next up, we went to the B5 S4. Once again, my brother's car. That car, Nogara Blue, best color out there. And did you know that the RS6, there's going to be a very limited number. I'm sure they're all sold. But like the launch edition RS6 Avant is Nogara Blue. That would have been my choice, but I loved Nogara Blue. Unfortunately, we didn't have the two-tone Alcantara Blue seats, which would have been a home run. That was the only Nogara Blue we could find within a few hundred miles of the area. Next up, we went to the B7 S4. Did not like the look of that body. The V8, didn't like the motor, also manual. Didn't like that car whatsoever, unfortunately. That's the Audi that we've had that I just didn't like it at all. I think we had a couple little issues with it, nothing major, but the car just wasn't good looking, didn't handle well. It was like big. It wasn't that quick. I just didn't love it. Next up was the B8 S4, was my mom's car. That car, absolutely loved. She got the dual clutch S-tronic transmission. It was a dark gray with a black two-tone leather Alcantara interior. That was the supercharged 3-liter V6. Loved that car. I put it in automatic mode every time. I think it's called S-Drive. Floor it would shift itself. Step on the brakes hard, it would blip the throttle and downshift. I didn't feel the need on the street to be shifting that car, but I really loved that car. It was still kind of small, like the B5s were. Very quick, not super fast, but definitely very quick. Sounded cool. The dual clutches, when you shift, they make that pop and bangs and everything because they dump a little bit of fuel while it shifts into the exhaust system, so they sound pretty neat. I really did like that car. My mom didn't love it so much, and she changed when the lease was up on that car. She got the C450 AMG Mercedes 2016, which is basically the same car as the new C43, just with a different transmission. I really love that car, but Mercedes is another topic. But yes, we've had a bunch of S cars in the family. All of them except the one has been a manual. Would I like to get another one? Yes, I'd probably go with an RS car. I really love the RS3. My neighbor has one. I'll put a link up in the cards in the top right hand corner. I drove his Blue RS3. I really love those cars. I really don't see any competitors at 60 grand with the electronic 4-wheel drive and that performance. I don't think there's anything touches it, especially around here in the Northeast where 4-wheel drive is preferred right now. Our roads are bad. We've got inclement weather, so 4-wheel drive makes sense if you want one car. If you just have a couple cars, an M2 would probably be awesome to have in the summer, rear-wheel drive, and then hop into whatever SUV you have in the winter. That would be a good choice, but for one car, RS3 is awesome. What would you take in the $100,000 to $120,000 range, living in an area where you could only have one car, there's inclement weather, heavy rains, snow? What car would you take? Would you take one of these new Audi RS or S cars? Would you take a sedan, wagon, SUV? Would you be looking at something from BMW or Mercedes? I don't want to read through the entire press releases on these cars, so like I said, head to my blog, read the press release. If there's a question you have about the car, if there's something you don't understand, if there's something that you want to talk about, comment below, send me a message on Instagram, email me. Everything is available on itsjonathanmiller.com. I'd love to hear from you guys, and let's have a discussion. So I really appreciate you guys spending a few minutes with me on this rainy day. Hopefully things will be better soon. Hopefully we'll be able to get out there, check out some cars, have some car meets, go to the track, test drive cars, bring you guys some cool content. But in the meantime, please be safe, have fun with your family, get whatever work you can done from home, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much. Take care and drive safe.